Runex is a RuneScape private server that's rather unique. Rather than going either full custom or full vanilla, it's gone for a bit of a blend. But that means that the server can be more complicated and confusing than other servers when just starting out. So I am going to be going over some topics that will help alleviate that. And this video's topic is going to be currencies. A lot of servers have tons of different currencies, but Runex has ones that are fairly streamlined, but certain currencies can be confusing. So to start with, I'm going to go over tangible currencies, and then I'm going to go over points. So obviously you have coins, trade for players, trade for items. However, many Iron Men do not know what the use of coins are for them. First of all, if we go north from home, there's a wandering NPC called the Repair Dwarf. You can deposit coins to auto-repair untradeable items when they break on death. I'll go over auto-keep untradeables in another video. There are certain shops that you do have access to as well. You can access a curated version of certain shops, but not all shops. For example, from the range weapon store, you can't buy anything. Range armor store, you can only buy the basic leather, snake skin, archer helm, abas, etc. Another thing that most people don't realize, if I can remember where it is, over here, they moved the NPCs around. Wizard from Scone actually sells the rune crafting pouches for 5, 25, 45, and 75 mil. So that's a lot of sinking for your early game money. Other than that, you're going to be drop trading it to your eco account to purchase bonds off of the trading post because that is allowed, but you can only have one account in the wilderness at a time. Next up is vote tickets. You get up to 3 a day because there are 3 vote sites. Actually, I think 2 of the vote sites are 12 hours, so you can technically get 5 a day. I only bother with 3. And you can click on it instead of going to a shop. You can purchase experience tokens, resource tokens, which double gathered resources. This does not double them for the purposes of skilling tasks or task bottles. Luck tokens, which give you 2 drop rolls. For example, if you kill a let's just use goblins from vanilla RuneScape for an example. You would get 2 sets of bones as well as 2 normal drops. They used to double the single drop you got, but they changed them, in my opinion, for the better. Epic Lucks, spend 10 to get 5 of them, and they're triple drops. Luck tokens are better overall, but Epic Lucks are better for certain bosses like the Enormous Mole. And then you can buy prize boxes, which are a complete waste because they nerfed them to hell and back a while ago. And then you got cute little pets and the pin pats. Next is the Mark of Grace. This is obtained from completing agility laps. Again, you click on it to open its store. You can buy amylase crystals to create staminas. You can directly buy staminas if you're feeling lazy. You can buy experience lamps, as well, of course, as the entire graceful set. If you have 99 agility in the full graceful set, you don't lose run energy. I mean, you lose 1 run energy, but yeah. And you get double marks of grace when the full set is worn, which can be useful if you want to have full dyed sets, or if you want tons and tons of staminas. Next up is Tokel. To spend Tokel, you need to go to the Fight Caves teleport and trade the Tizar Hertel. And click on Open Tokel Shop. You can buy all the Obsidian equipment, including the the Tokel Cape, for 200k. If you're going for rune coins, which we'll go over later, it is most efficient to purchase Berserker necklaces because it's 27.5k for 70 rune coins. You obtain this from completing fight caves as well as opening bags of riches, which, let's be real, that's how you're going to get most of your total. This is also a tradable currency. You can also trade vote tickets. Another tradable currency is the sacred token. You get these from bags of riches as well as extremely rarely from certain minigames and from using the sacred accessory. If you click on it, this is where you get the best PVM bow in the game. Zerite, the twisted bow is rare. The twisted bow is more niche now that the Zerite bow exists. You can see its stats here, plus 100 range strength, and I believe it attacks very quickly. There's also the Vorpal Staff, which auto-attacks with 4 elemental spells, and I'm pretty sure it attacks like 3 times per tick or something ridiculous like that. I'm not salty, you're salty. And then, of course, there's the Kurasi, which people don't really use on this server. Next up is Magic Tokens. Magic Tokens, again, you need to go to the minigame teleport and go to the Mage Arena. You can also use the PK teleport to the Mage Arena. These are obtained by killing the mages in the arena. In fact, I will show you. Not collection log. Here, I'll just do it like this. From battle mages as well as from catching essence implings, but you get varying amount based on how many you're risking, and you have a 1 in 40 chance to get a stack of 100, as well as some very, very useful items. I recommend camping this as an Iron Man, but I digress. You can use these with Collodion. Mage Arena will explain how you actually get them. Alright, Magic Token Shop, you can buy the wands, you can buy the Mage's Book, as well as the custom Book of Infinity, which is a huge upgrade over the Mage's Book. You can buy the Salve Amulet, or skip over it for the Salve Amulet E, which, if you're going for a Salve, go for the E. You can buy the Infinity Set. I'm going to go over why you should not buy the Infinity Set later, aside from the boots, as well as the Lunar Set. The Lunar Set is untradeable and has 1% magic damage on it. It is my magic armor of choice. As well as the Infinity Blessing. Saves 10% of runes when casting spells and gives 2.5% magic damage and 10 magic accuracy. And how much does it cost? 25,000. You're going to be getting that from a drop before you save that much up. Next up, we have rune coins, which you use up here. I'll talk about getting them as well, of course. You can use them in certain enchantment chest recipes. For example, Fighter Torso E requires 750 of them, along with 1,000 Warrior Guild tokens. I'm not going over Warrior Guild tokens because everyone knows how you do those. Elite Void is a big rune coin sink, and so on. Go up to the rune coin exchanger, and you exchange items for various values. You can see them by holding control over an item or checking the list here. You can see that most PVM acquired gear has a rune coin value. You're not going to be crafting things with rune coin values, I can tell you that, aside from the Ring of Wealth, which is the one exception. But the Ring of Wealth is kind of a special thing on this server. You can just kind of see everything. There are a lot of customs in here as well. This is a great way to see just what's available on the server. Oops. They're not only used in the enchantment chest, though, because there's a rune coin shop where you can acquire things like the Catalytic Rune Pouch, infinite source of catalytic runes. Only one kind of pouch can be used at once, but you can also get a wand, which is a Master Wand upgrade. Or you can upgrade the Phoenix Crossbow or the Karazi Spear, which is a custom item. Or you can buy pet accessories, or you can buy cosmetic party hats, or upgrade the Serpentine, buy the Ring of Greed, which is honestly a very good early item. Falador shields, which... Skilling backpack. The looting bags. The golden looting bag can be charged with rune coins to auto loot, or you can save up for the grand looting bag, which auto loots even if you... or without charge, I should say. Yeah, there are a ton of things you can get here. Just kind of hovering over things. Next is blood money, a staple item. I'm going to bank everything because of what I need to do to show these off, actually. Blood money is acquired in the wilderness through PVM and PKing, mostly PVM, and the dailies for... I think Enku gives blood money? I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. It's just from the Lava and Frost Dragon daily as well. Wow. Lava Chest should probably give blood money. I digress. It can be used here at the Wildy Trader to purchase some very nice items. The cursed items and the cursed caskets, as well as the Rogue's Revenge, which is interesting. It's a cosmetic that actually absorbs other items. And then Cape of Skulls requires... oh no, it's the Wilderness Cape that requires kills. And I'll just show the stats. You can also upgrade the Granite Maul. Oh no, you just straight up buy the Granite Maul. Okay. I never bothered with it because why would I? And then there's a pet. However, there are a couple of other places you can use your blood money. In the Cursed Cavern area, Larry will walk along a set path and you can purchase items from him, typically cheaper than if you were to buy them from the NPC by Edgeville. Also in the Cursed Cavern, you can trade in blood money at the Cursed Enchanter for the Cursed set, which is an upgrade over the Obsidian set. The Cursed Robe set, which is an upgrade over the Chaos Fanatic robes. The Cursed Necklace, an upgrade over the Occult Necklace. The Cursed Cannon, an upgrade over the Hand Cannon that doesn't require ammo. The Cursed Blade, an upgrade over the Corrupted Blade, an item you get randomly from Cursed Caskets, and is a very high tier item. And Zenite Bolts E. A currency you'll acquire from skilling and PVMing in the Cursed Cavern, as well as from Cursed Caskets, is the Cursed Shard, which you can trade in for an item that will allow you to use your minimap in the Cursed Cavern, 1,000 blood money, more Cursed Caskets, Cursed Keys, which are used to basically do Wildy Barrows to get the Wilderness Warrior equipment, like the Statius Warhammer. King Lava Dragon Teleports, a teleport to a boss with some very high-end ranging gear. The Malediction Ward and Odium Ward Trimmed, which exist. The Saradomin's Tear to upgrade the Saradomin Sword, and, in my opinion, the thing to save up for, the Hunter's Honor, a headgear that auto-loots blood money from PVM. And it's auto-keep, so that's nice. Wimpy Feathers are acquired from the Chompy Bird Hunting minigame, a very grindy minigame that I still need to just sit down and power through. You kill ogres to get an ogre bow, as well as ogre arrows to kill chompy birds, which will drop the feathers, which you can trade into rants for the Master Chompy hat and the Inferno Feather, which creates the Inferno Chompy hat, which then can be further upgraded. Yeah, it's a grind. You need 5,000 of them for each hat, and 5,000 for each Inferno Feather. And the last tangible permanent currency, not counting event currencies, is the Lava Feather. I don't have any on me, but let's go see about it. Let's see. The best way to get there is the Lava Maze teleport, I want to say. Yeah. You catch lava wagtails, they'll damage you, so you're going to want to bring Bruise and talk to Sergeant Damien to trade them in for lamps. Why would you? Catalyst tokens, less why would you? Blood money bags, lava keys used to open the lava maze chest. It's basically a mega crystal chest. Bags of tokens, and King Lava Dragon teleports. So you can acquire basically all of these currencies with the exception of the Chompy Feathers from Bags of Riches, which are acquired from various pieces of content, boss drops, etc. So now we need to talk about points, the intangible currency. Of the points that can currently be spent, there are Runex points, boss points, skilling points, achievement points, and Slayer points. I don't think there's anything else I'm missing. So let's go down the list. Runex points are acquired from completing achievements, killing high-level monsters, and opening point boxes, which are acquired from various things. You also get a significant chunk of Runex points from completing Mage of Wisdom exchanges, which I will cover in a different video at some point. Runex points can be spent at Mandrith up here in the shop. They can be spent on cannonballs, the ammo mold to make cannonballs, the Dwarf Cannon set, as well as the Gilded Cannon set, the Raid's Prayers, a Dragon Defender trim, Fighter hat, Fighter torso, Battle robe set, Ava's Accumulator trimmed, Dwarven Rock Cake, Holy Wrench, Bone Crusher, Herbicide, Charming Imp, Tome of Fire, which has an additional fire damage modifier on the server, Void Pieces. You're going to be buying a lot of Void tops and bottoms. The Chaotic Pieces, I recommend waiting until you've opened your 2 free Chaotic boxes, but again, that's going to be in another video. The Demonic Totem, which does not actually act as an anti-poison when equipped. Barrel Chest Anchor. You can also pick up some stamina, super combats, cure poison or cure weaknesses, which is if you die outside the wilderness, you have a 5-minute debuff to your stats. Slayer task scrolls, and magic note papers, which act like in RuneScape 3. Yeah, these are very useful and continue to be useful because eventually your Runex points can be used in different ways. If we go over into this building, you can also, where is he? Talk to the Imbue Wizard. And you can imbue rings to double stats, or in the case of the Ring of Wealth imbued, increase your drop rate by, I want to say, 15%. There's also the bonus to the special effect of the Brimstone Ring Eye. You can increase the power of the Magic Shortbow Eye, the Iban's Staff, which is very useful for early game. You can make the Zamorakian Spear into a Haas stuff. You can imbue your Fighter Torso, which actually does not break on death, which is another very useful early game piece of gear. Fighter Hat, which exists, and in my opinion, the most important early game thing, you can imbue the Tome of Fire to get an extra 25% damage on your fire spells. Oh, there's also the Slayer's Staff, but do people use the Slayer's Staff? Anyway, here's the stats of all the imbued rings. And the other imbued gear. Next on the list are boss points. These are the newest spendable currency on Runex. You acquire 1 to 5 depending on the boss you're killing per kill. And they are spent at the Beastmaster NPC here on different perks. You have to get Soul Snatcher 1, which 15% chance to get an extra point per kill. You can get Superior Slayer bosses. This is one route to unlock Instanced Slayer. Personally, I went through the chance to increase gold drops, chance to get extra Runex points. I was mostly moving towards Swift Spawner, which is fantastic. But then there's also, you can get a drop rate when you have 5k plus kill count on any NPC. It's not just bosses. Greed, double drop on 20k plus kills. And then there's a damage upgrade. This is the only way to spend boss points. They are very slowly accumulated. By the time you get the 5k, 10k, 15k KC effects, you're gonna have that kill count. Next up are skilling points. You acquire these from completing skilling tasks at the Skilling Master, and you can trade them for various rewards, like Graceful Dies, which are extremely expensive, and Skiller Tomes, which are offhand items that slowly upgrade. You don't consume the Skiller Tome 3 to make the Skiller Tome 4, and you can sell them back, so there's that. You can also acquire Uncharged Astral Shards. I'm not sure if they're really a currency. I'm going to cover them in another video, so they're kind of borderline, but yeah, you can also acquire Hask tokens that let you choose the skill, lamps, ancient urns, fill with 1,000 of a random resource for some rewards. They're actually pretty fun to fill up, in my opinion, but they're not the best use of your skilling points until you have the Skiller Tome 4. And then there's a box of grimy herbs, there's a variety of herb seeds, variety of ores, variety of logs, and you can get skilling outfit pieces. There's also a collection log for getting all of the Skiller Tomes, so there's that. You cannot spend collection log points yet, so we're going to move on to achievement points. These are used to acquire some very handy items. You spend these over at Grum, and you can acquire decorative equipment, increase max hit by 1 for each decorative piece worn, and it has decent stats. The reason I said don't get infinity is the decorative robes are literally just infinity robes with the +1 max hit effect, and they're auto keep untradeable. You can also acquire the God Books here, Barrow's Gloves, Dragon Slayer Gloves, which are extremely good, Ardoon Cloaks, which are actually fairly decent stat-wise and let you go to the God Wars Dungeon boss room if you don't have the instance unlocked. You can get the Void Knight Mace, which exists. Crystal Halberd, Shield, Bow, Spottier Cape, which, now that there's Graceful, isn't that useful. The Gnome Amulet is literally 1 point for an early game defensive amulet. And there's the Varrock Armors, which give extra EXP for all skills. So, last on our list is Slayer points. You get them from completing Slayer tasks. The interesting thing, well, there are a couple of interesting things. First of all, if you, every 10 task streak up to 100, you get 10% more Slayer points. So if you get up to 100 task streak, then you get double Slayer points from every task until you cancel. Blocking does not reset your task streak, but it's significantly more expensive. I block with Runex points. The rewards, though. Slayer is borderline overpowered, but it's still a grind. You can acquire the Fused Slayer Helmet, which is 20% damage on tasks, 5% damage on all monsters. Costs 1,000 Slayer points and requires all 5 Slayer Helms. The Slayer Helm I, 15% against Slayer tasks, and it costs 100 points and is, standard Slayer Helm stats. Then you get to the Combat Style Slayer Helmets, which cost 1,000 each. And do 20%. Also, there's the Holy One. So you need 5,100 Slayer points to acquire the Slayer Helmet imbued. There are also some items that aren't that useful, like the Leaf-Bladed Battle Axe and Sword, the max hit gear otherwise. The Slayer Gloves and Insulated Boots are extremely good, though. You can also acquire Boots of Stone, so you can kill drakes and worms safely. The Catacombs of Karen can be unlocked for 100 Slayer points. Superior Slayer monsters can be unlocked for 1,000 Slayer points, but that is not recommended unless you are an Eco account or a Prime Iron Man, because you're not going to be encountering that many standard superior monsters otherwise. And most interestingly, this is the other route to unlock Instanced Slayer, which gives you a instance of the Catacombs of Karen where they spawn faster and you can use a cannon. But this costs 5,000 Slayer points. Yeah. Either way, it's a grind. I actually completely forgot about another point currency. The leaderboard points. I'm actually not even sure where the leaderboard is now. Is it down? Oh yeah, it's definitely in here, right? Yeah. So, there are automated weekly contests. If we look at... Do we need to look at the Hall of Fame? Yeah. So, every week, it'll create contests with separate entries for Iron Men, Ultimate Iron Men, and Eco accounts. Actually, Iron Men can hit the top players as well, but there are monthly and weekly contests. I believe you talk to King Arthur to check currently, so Expert Plus Chambers of Zarek runs, and the party gets them. There are also the weeklies here, so like earn skilling points or boss killing. Fastest alchemical Hydra kills, or most Barrows runs completed, most dailies completed. Based on your placing, you will earn leaderboard points and golden tickets. I also forgot about golden tickets. You can spend leaderboard points on these golden mystery boxes, which unlock unique customs, or you can spend them on bonds or mystery tickets if you're the gambling type. The golden tickets can be spent on the Runex set, which is kind of the owner set. It's gonna be like a year or more before someone has the full set. I hope this has made the currencies of Runex clearer and easier to understand. It's one of the big barriers of, wait, where do I spend this? Where do I get this currency? So let me know if this helped, and let me know what topic you want to see in another Runex Beginner Guide video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.